Hey carnivores, guess what? It's December and we just got past the biggest, or one of the biggest, well, the biggest eating day, I guess, for us, for people here in the States that celebrate Thanksgiving. You know, that's the day where we sit down and we have turkey dressing and all that stuff. And I just want to see how everybody's doing. How did you do through Thanksgiving? I wanted to do a video last week to ask you that question, but guess what? Both of my girls were sick, and they were pretty much sick all week long, and so doing a video was next to impossible. I didn't even really try. So everybody's healthy. My wife still is just fighting the crud, you know, just sinuses and that type of stuff. But the girls had the stomach bug, so they were homesick. But I think everybody's pretty well working on the mend, or on the mend. So we're all good. But hey, you know, I have heard a lot of people talk about they struggled on Thanksgiving, and I'm going to be right there with you. I had my struggles as well. I love pumpkin pie, and I had a couple of pieces of it. So, you know, it happens. You know, I'm not going to say you fall off the wagon or off the bus or whatever, because this is not a diet. It's just a way of eating. And just because you have something off of the quote unquote plan one day, it's not a big deal. Just jump back on the very next meal. You know, I've had lots of struggles in the last, 5 months, 4 months. For the first 7 months, I would say I was 100% carnivore. Christy would tell you I wouldn't cheat just the slightest bit, because I knew that I couldn't do that. I knew I would just, be right back where I was. But in July, I thought, well, hey, let's try something else. And it's just kind of slowly crept back in. But carnivore is still 90% of what I've been eating for the last 4 months. But it's amazing, in that 4 months, just a little bit that I was letting come back in, it started multiplying. And so I've had a little bit of, a few pounds come back on, or I keep going up, plus or minus 10 pounds, it's kind of how it's been going. But after Thanksgiving, I was miserable. So I decided, you know what? We got to get back to where we were. So, when we got back from Texas, that's when it started for me. And I was back 100% hardcore. If it's not beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, then I'm probably not going to eat it, or at least some sort of meat or meat product. I'm probably not going to eat it, and I haven't. And I even made it through the weekend with a birthday party and going to church where there's donuts. So I'm very, very thankful that my brain has decided to flip back on and get where I need to be. Because, for me, eating meat every day and eating only that has been the best thing that I've done. And I'm sure any of you that are doing it, y'all are probably going to agree with me as well, unless you're just now starting. You may be having a little bit of struggles when you're first starting, but hey, you're changing something and you're making a drastic change. Some of you may have to ease into carnivore. Me, I couldn't ease in. I just had to go, all in 24 hours. So, but you have to kind of do what works for you. But one thing that I did want to point out is December 1st, I had hoped to make a video, but just couldn't. But December 1st was my 1 year on carnivore. I started December 1st, cut everything else out. I remember on our kitchen counter, there were two boxes of, cupcakes that sat there for a week, that I didn't touch because I was done. I was done feeling the way I felt. So, December 1st was the anniversary for me, making the steps to change my future. And Christy is very happy for that, because she kept telling me, Chip, we need you around. We need you here. But if you don't change something, you're not going to be here. So I'm very, very thankful. With me having cerebral palsy, as I talked about in one of the previous videos, it affects the way I walk. And when you're 294 pounds and your ankles are completely shot, That's not good, and it was causing all kinds of other issues. But now, at let's just say 222 pounds, most all of that's gone except for the ankle pain. I still have a hard time going up steps, but I will say the ankle pain is better than it was a year ago. I don't have to take as much medicine as I was, and I'm hoping that when I get down to the 170s, which is my goal. Actually, my goal is 165. But when I get down to the 170s, I'm hoping that there's enough off of my ankles that I'm really not going to have much pain anymore. I hear so many people talk about, their arthritis is in remission. Michaela Peterson talks about that. And she's had an ankle replacement and a shoulder replacement, I believe. So, I'm hopeful for that. And I think it'll happen, but I got to give it time. I was very metabolically sick. So I've got to give my body time to heal. It didn't get that way overnight. It took, 40 years. So I can't expect it in 1 year time to completely be healed. It may take several years. I don't know, but I'm gonna be here to find out. And I hope y'all join me for it too. But did y'all have any struggles over, Thanksgiving, or was it pretty easy? I'm hoping for you it was pretty easy, like it was for me in December or for Christmas of last year. Christmas last year, everybody came to our house, and I put a prime rib on, and I just ate that prime rib until I was stuffed. And of course, everybody else had the prime rib too. But I ate so much of that I cared nothing about anything else. And so that's what I'm mainly trying to do about every day. And the days that I do that are the days I feel the best. I'm going to be posting some videos here in next few days just about what I kind of eat in a day. Lots of ribeyes, lots of hamburger, a lot of butter, bacon, eggs. For me, when I eat eggs, I usually eat between 6 and 8 eggs on top of whatever meat I'm eating as well. So I eat lots of eggs. We hard boil eggs quite often, all of that. So anyway, I've had several people reach out to me in the last few days, just seeing stuff I've posted on Facebook and asking, hey, what are you doing? And so I hope y'all have gotten the videos that I've sent you, because I've sent you Kim Berry, I think Sean Baker, Laura Spath, and several others that I think are really good for people that are starting, and also for people that have been doing it for a while. It helps keep you motivated. But Kim Berry videos, if you've got an ailment, he's probably got a video out there talking about that ailment and how carnivore can help with it. A lot of times he doesn't say it will take it completely away, but it can help. So just check it out. We've got Google. We got the best resource out there. And just Google it and see what you can find. But guys, I'm gonna tell you, stick with the carnivore diet. It will be, the best thing that you can do. It's, meat is medicine. I have figured that out for sure. And the other great thing about eating mainly or all meat is that I'm not hungry very often. And I'm sure you'll find that out as well. So guys, how can I help? What would you like to see from me as far as videos, questions I can answer? I've only been doing this for a year, but I do think I know a little bit. I don't know much, but I think I know a little bit to at least help somebody get started. So be sure, guys, to like and share and subscribe. It just helps the channel get out there. I'm trying to grow this just to help people. If I help one person, then it was worth it. So I'm hoping that I can help someone. And I'm hoping that, I know there's got to be some people out there that are like me with cerebral palsy that can't get out and do the working out and all of that. And you tried every other diet out there. I hope they stumble onto my page, or I hope if you know them, you direct them to my channel, I should say. And because I would like to meet some other people like me that, you know, have the same struggles for the same reasons. And it may not be CP, it could be all kinds of different, you know, handicaps that decrease your mobility. Like I said, I could still walk and do all that type of stuff, just do it differently than everyone else. But here in the last 2 years, my mobility has really struggled. But going on carnivore, it has also improved from what it was. So anyway, be sure to like, share, subscribe, all of that. You know how to do it. Click the bell so that you can see new videos when they pop up. And I look forward to talking to you all on a later video. Y'all have a good one.